Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Today I want to talk to you about how to identify one of the most common types of crystals in the world, which is quartz. So quartz comes in many different varieties. We have purple quartz, which is called amethyst. We have clear quartz, very common. We have rose quartz, which does not have typically terminations, so I'm not going to talk about that one today. This one's called tangerine quartz. It's orange because it's coated in iron. So many different types of quartz in the world. It's one of the most common different types. So there's tons of them, and we can talk more about that later. But I want to describe to you how you can look at the point of a crystal. If the crystal has terminations, it's not tumbled or smooth. We can count them, and we can determine what crystal it is because of that. So it's a good way to just check, say, hey, is it quartz? Does it have a hexagonal structure? So that's the way that you would know if it's a type of quartz, okay? So this one here we have is amethyst, and I'm going to count the sides. So I'm going to start here. This one's easy because I'm going to start on the side that there's a little baby crystal growing on. Now I'm not going to count that one. That does not get included because that's a separate growth. So here we have one side, two side, three side, four side, five sides, and six sides, okay? So that's called a hexagonal structure. Every type of quartz has that. It's pretty cool. So there's something you may not have known, okay? So if you're curious about a crystal, I would check first, is it quartz? Because it's a really common crystal. And in general, you can use the sides on the specimen to determine what it is. So if you count and it's 4, like right here I have a piece of apophyllite, which, looks a lot like quartz, right? Well, they're actually different crystals. When I first got this one, I thought it was quartz for the longest time until I realized it had a different energy. And it really does. It has a very different energy than quartz. One of my favorite crystals, actually, I say it's my favorite crystal. I'm very drawn to it personally. It's actually a strong stone for Geminis too. So interesting fact, if you're a Gemini, which I am, maybe that's why I'm drawn to it. So apophyllite has a different amount of sides. And if I would have just counted them right away, I would have known it wasn't quartz. But I didn't. So there you go. There's a way to know right off the bat, is something quartz or not. So if you're curious about what a crystal is, count its sides. And if you don't know, based on the amount of sides, if it doesn't have 6, Google it and see what that is, what options you have for that type of crystalline structure, okay? So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you learned a little bit of something about the beautiful family of quartz today. So anyway, have a beautiful day. Thank you for stopping by, and blessed be.